All right, I just tied my last knot here, so I have done all of these all the way through here. So that these two red ones down here are my my four red knots that I just tied down here. Two red knots for each zero. What we're going to do next is we're going to do the ends. So we left some space up here for one end, and we're going to do the same thing down here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to tie a simple knot. The way you do this is make a circle and take the rest of your threads and pull it through. Stay a simple knot we're making here. We're going to put this down right at the very end underneath the red knots I just tied here, the last few knots of your bracelet. So just create a little bit of separation, and also this larger knot is going to be important for the clasps that we'll make in the next video. So now both sides are pretty much identical there and there. I'm going to now untape this, and we will work with this side first. I'm going to now retape it down. Again, just above the knot, but with these down here. What we're going to be doing for the ends, we're going to do it for this side. We're going to repeat the same process for this side. Actually, might as well just cut this now. Save these. We'll need these for the last video. What we're going to do is we're going to make some twisted ends. So the way that this is going to work is you are going to take two of your strings on one side, two of your strings on the other side. Right now I have an orange and a red on this side and an orange and red on this side. It's up to you how you want this to look. It has a slightly different pattern if you do both of your colors on one side and both of your colors on the other side. I'll let you decide which you would like to do. I'm going to do this so it's a little bit easier to see in the video what is happening. So we're going to have to do both of these almost at the same time. The idea is we're going to twirl these together like this until it's really tight. And we're going to do that on this side. We're going to do the same thing on this side, twirling it in the exact same way. Then what we're going to do is we're going to twirl them both together, these two tight things together, in the opposite direction that we swirl them. So if we started off swirling both of them this way, for each of these, when we do it together, we're going to swirl it this way. I'm going to see it go like this. So I'm going to start turning it. Easier to start with one so you can get the hang of it. And it's going to create that little tight little pattern here. That's pretty tight, good enough for what we need it to do. Now here comes the little bit of a tricky part because we need to keep this together while also using both of our hands to twirl this. Remember to do this in the same direction you did the first one. Spin, spin, spin until it's just about as tight as the other one you did. All right, now I got both of them, holding it pretty tight so that they don't get loose. Now what we're going to do is we're going to spin them together in the opposite direction that we spun both of them in the first place. So I spun them both towards the left when I was making each of these. So I'm going to spin them both towards the right when I'm putting them together. This is going to lock the twirls in place. So this time I'm going this way. This does take the most coordination. I kind of do little half twirls with my fingers to keep this as tight as each of the individual ones as tight as possible as I am doing this together. This does take a little bit of time to get it pretty tight. Can't go as fast as swirling them individually. And we're looking for a good like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches of length here, depending on how long you need this the bracelet to be adjustable for. That looks pretty good as far as length goes, maybe a little bit more. Let's just do one more turn of that. All right, now holding this tightly, just like we did when we tied this knot over here and this knot here to start off, and do a simple knot here. Very careful that your twist doesn't get undone. Pull these through. See, 1, 2, 3, missing one. There you are. Nope, that did not quite work out. I'm going to restart that. Maybe. There we go. Yeah, that's still long enough. Restart that. It's not a big deal if it doesn't work out the first time. Be a little bit more careful. If you do need help with this part, please let me know so that I can help you get this, because this is fairly difficult to get these little threads through. I got all of them this time. And tie that off. All right. Nice and tight there. So we have this little twisted braid here now. This is what we're going to be using to build our clasp around to make it an adjustable bracelet. Repeat this same process on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it would look like if you twisted both colors together this time. It's going to look slightly different than this. Switch this around to this side. Tighten that down. Both my oranges on this side, both my reds on the other side. It's going to be a little bit harder to see this particular step in the video. When we twist them both together, it's going to be more clear what we're doing there. I am twisting it again to the left for each of these. That's pretty good. Clamp these together with these fingers. And twist this side. All right, both of them are together. And then twist them to the right this time. Twist them to the left individually. Oop, I lost some of my twists. Twist this to the left again. There we go. That should be long enough. I'm going to tie my knot at the end to hold this together. There we go. There we go. So yeah, that's just what it looks like, the two different ones. This is twisting the same colors together. This is twisting opposite colors together. Have a slightly different look for each. From here, what you can do is you can shorten up these ends if you want. You can keep them pretty short. They should be about the same length though. You can keep them a little bit longer, just whatever you want to do. I'm going to chop them off at around here. Not too long, not too short. Next video, I'm going to show you how to make the clasps. That's what's going to make this actually into a bracelet, hold it together, and make it adjustable.